let's take a peek at Tezuka versus Villalva, round 2 of Chat Tournament 39. I have not looked at the game or anything, I just set the recording, and now we're here. So let's take a peek. Tezuka has first turn. If we look at Tezuka's hand, we see an incredibly glaring left weakness, right? There's a maximum of 3 to the left. Villalva, on the other hand, has a 4, 6, 6, and 5 to the right. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Does the 2 6 6 3 and 1 give safety or the 2 5 6 2? No. Oh dear. Alright, so if you're Tezuka here, what do you want to do? I think your goal is. Oh, you can't even. I was going to say try to create like some difficulty for them, right? We have the 8 facing down. So if you play like 6 3 5 2 and 9, at least that's hard for them to take. But Villalva has a 7 going down. Villalva still has access to that card. Yeah, I don't know here. Let's see what Tezuka did. This is a tough random. All right, Tezuka plays a weak corner in the direction all his other cards are facing. This makes a lot of sense. My instinct would be to get rid of the 2281, but there is a logic to holding on to it because if you use it, then that 7442 and 7 is safe. I think the 2562 is enough of a stronger card that you probably it's hard to say what matters, right? I don't know. This looks really bad. So if you're Villalva here, we're trying to take advantage of a directional weakness. And I think probably what you do is you just start looking for safety. So 7442 and 7 is not yet safe, but 1574 and 1 is. And unless there's some kind of big setup against that, right? It's got to be pretty good. Is there a big setup? No. I'm gonna go with no. That's what I would play. Uh, I don't really think you want to engage like with the starter, right? I think in general you engage with a starter because it's difficult for them to recapture. It misplaces their cards. But here, all Tezuka's cards want to do is go at 9. They don't want to go anywhere else, but they want to go towards 9. So you want to make the game as least directed towards 9 as possible. Note the plus wall is not on in this game. Yeah, so Villalva does make the move in 1. And now, all right. Can we create anything here? First instinct. First instinct. 2 6 6 3 and 6. My reason for this is I saw our 4372 can combo any card with a 7 up that goes in 8. That covers 2 of their cards. Obviously, the 7234 is never going in 8. Then the 1635 is a 1 up, which 6352 sort of covers, but maybe can be comboed back, right? If we go 2 6 6 3 and 6, 1635 lands in 8, we play 6352 and 5. 7234 may combo us back in 2. I mean, definitely can. Not sure if they can play it immediately or not, but they probably can. Yeah, we have no play there. So, okay. Sort of creates a threat, but not really. And it also covers 5 6 5 1 and 8. So, I almost think 2 6 6 3 and 6 has some appeal. Now, one big problem with it is it gives up all our right power too. So if 2 6 6 3 and 6 is met by, like 1 6 3 5 and 3, our remaining cards look terrible. Okay, so that's pretty hopeless. Uh, thought we might have had dynamics there to compensate for a moment. I have no idea. Let's see what Tezuka did. This is not a good hand, and we really, if you're in Tezuka's perspective here, you really need Villalva to make a mistake. So this sets up a combo in 2. It does not use up 2 6 6 3, which is important not to use up. If 2 6 6 3 lands in 2, it would be safe. It does not create a threat in 4. So I think if you're Villalva, you either say, okay, you have created a threat in 2, so I will directly counter that by going in 2, or you find a way to counter it elsewhere, right? You create a setup, something useful elsewhere. There's also, you can try to take advantage of the fact that a card just came out of your opponent's hand, so anything that covered is no longer covered. So, for instance, 2281 was the reason that 7442 wasn't safe in 7. So now that is safe in 7. So that's one move. Another move is block 2, say 1635 and 2. I mean, that looks pretty strong as well. Another move is to say, if we're not going to block 2, we want to be able to counter going into. And so potentially one way to do this, I don't like this idea so much. I think it uses up a lot of power. But something like 7442 and 6 says anytime you play 2663 and 2, I have 7234 to combo back. But no, that's a bad idea because 6352 also has the plus in 2. And we're not going to cover both of those at once. So I think the best move is just to block 2. I'm not sure if you want to do it with 1635 or 5651. That would take a little bit of calculation. My instinct is you do 5651 because 1635, even if the game ends up being mostly up down, the fact that it beats anything side to side is pretty valuable. And your 7442 and 7234 are doing pretty good up down value. And it's not like the 5651. It's not like either of the fives is unbeatable by the opponent's hand. So I would probably play 5651 and 2. Let's see what happens. Okay, Villalva goes for safety in 7. That is safe, right? Yeah. And that sets up a recapture, so he is playing against 2, right? If Tezuka takes either of the cards in 2, Villalva plays 5651 and 4, and that combos 1 through combos 1, which flips 2 as well, which flips 5, and there is no playback. God, this is a nightmare for Tezuka. I bet when I run this on the computer, it says Tezuka's just super busted from the start. That's why I was looking for moves like 6 after a 9 and 1. Going in 6 was because I think, with this kind of situation, Tezuka had the right idea to make it facing the bottom right. And the only hope is if you can kind of keep putting cards in the bottom right and hope that they create enough dynamics that your cards actually have use because they face the action and have some combo play. And that's why I was thinking of the idea in 6, but I don't think that worked. And if that doesn't work, the game feels pretty hopeless to me. I like this move from Villalva, specifically because as long as you have 4, 2 is no threat at all, and you didn't give up 4. If you're Tezuka here, if you go in 4 or 8, Villalva goes in the other. And the problem is fundamentally like, say 4 and 8 are occupied. If you go in 6, even though you can go there safely with like 6352, they play 1635 and 2, and they capture 5 and you lose 6-4, you never have the recapture. And if you play safely in 2, actually, I mean, this makes a case for going, but we'll get back to that. If you go safely in 2, they always have 7, 2, 3, 4, capturing 5 and 9, and they usually win 6-4. Now, that does give a case for going in 8, because you have a combo in 2, so it's a little hard for them to go in 4, and if they do go in 4, they have to use 7, 2, 4, 3, which is a card they might not want to use. So, okay, we have an idea. What if we go, which is the most useless card? I'm going to say 4372 for now, but I may switch. We definitely have to keep 2663. But let's say 4732 in 8. If Villalva goes in 4 with something comboable, like 5651, then Tezuka can go in 2, and that's going to combo through 1 to hit 4, and Tezuka will be up 7-3. Villalva has a double capture in 6 that we can't capture back, but it's still a tie because we were up 7-3. So Villalva should go in 6, I think. But Villalva doesn't have as great play in 2. But he doesn't need it. Yeah, so if Villalva goes in, if Tezuka goes in 8, Villalva goes 7, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Tezuka didn't take anything, so Villalva's now up 7-3. If Tezuka goes in 4, he still can't take anything, and Villalva can just block 2. And if he goes in 2, Villalva still has 4. And if he goes in 3, Villalva goes in 2, and Tezuka again has nothing in 4. Okay, so that's a pretty straightforward win. Alright, 8's not a great idea. And if 8's not a great idea and 2 doesn't work, I don't know what we're doing here. Let's see what Tezuka did. Do you find anything? Okay, he goes in 6. I don't know. Villalva goes 8. 4 is just dead to you. Yeah, I think this is just lost from the start. But I think Villalva played this really like elegantly and well. Yeah, Villalva goes 8, takes the same for the capture, and Tezuka goes in 2, takes his combo, and I think is just giving up the biggest win he can at this point. And Villalva plays the combo with 5-6-5-1 and wins 8-2. Yeah, this was a nightmare hand for Tezuka, and Villalva played, I think, really well to make sure it was never in doubt. I think the one try I would have done differently from Tezuka's perspective is I maybe do play 2-6-6-3 and 6, but giving up all left right is so terrible. Because that probably loses so many ways. Like, it has some play if they go 8, but just none if they go 3. With 1-6-3-5. I guess you get safety in 2. You can pretend you have some play, but, like, you have 3s to the right. You don't have play. Alright, alright. So, nicely played by Tezuka. He advances. By Villalva. He advances to the finals. I do not think Tezuka did anything wrong this game. I think this is one of those, oh, the gods of Triple Triad dealt you a loss, and now you have to suffer through it.